Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Welcome you all again in the virtual learning system of Pakistan International School, Taif, Saudi Arabia. Dear students, as you know that this is Pakistan International School, Taif, virtual class for class second year student, subject computer science, and today is our ninth lecture. Teacher name, as you know that, Imran Ahmed. Dear students, in the previous lecture, we have started chapter number 2, which is System Development Life Cycle. Over there, we have studied already what is system. Next question was define system development life cycle means definition. What are its objectives? Also, we have defined the objectives over where ensure quality, management control, maximize productivity. After that, we have studied why system development life cycle is important. Why system development life cycle is, there are few features, points are present over there due to which we can say that SDLC is important. Next question was, what is stakeholder? List some important stakeholders of SDLC. So first the definition of stakeholder, then stakeholders of SDLC, or where project manager, system development, system analyst, programmer, software tester, and user. Our next question, and today our topic, very important topic, you can say that this is the overall summary of this chapter. The question is, list different steps or phases of system development life cycle. One by one, we will explain them. Different steps or phases of system development life cycles are as follows. Number one, defining. Defining means defining the problem. Actually, this one is defining the problem. Second, planning. Third, feasibility. Fourth stage, analysis. Number 5, requirement and engineering. Number 6, design. Number 7, coding. Number 8, testing. Number 9, deployment. And number 10, maintenance. This is very important diagram of SDLC. SDLC means System Development Life Cycle. Watch over here, try to understand this diagram. Each phase, or you can say that these are the few steps, 10 steps are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to so on. Keep in mind, the output of each phase is the input of next phase. Output of previous phase is the input of next phase. What does it mean? When the defining the problem will be complete, it will be the input to the planning. When planning will be complete, the result of planning will be the input to the feasibility. So this arrow shows that it is input to the next phase, up to so on. When all phases will be complete, so if your desired result is not accurate, then from where you will have to start? Then again, watch over here, this line will brings you defining the problem. It means that when why your result is not accurate. The meaning, excuse me, the meaning is when you are defining the problem, at that time you did some kind of mistakes. That's why your result is not accurate. Then again, you will have to start the same process from the top and check where was the error. If the error was occurring in the defining the problem, then okay, then follow the next step. If error were over here in the planning stage, then you will correct this and input to the next phase. Up to so on, one by one. Simply, we can say that output of each phase is the input to the next phase. So this is very important diagram in the paper. You will also have to draw this diagram as well. It will shows that you have knowledge about the SDLC. Now, one by one, we will explain in terms of question all of these phases, defining, planning, up to so on. Excuse me. What do you mean by defining phase of a system development life cycle? First phase was defining phase. The first phase of the system development life cycle is the defining phase. This phase is used to clearly define the problem. Problem, it means that problem over here means you are going to be computerize some kind of organization, and this organization has the problem. You are this organization, you can say that it's its problem. So you are, when you are trying to computerize any organization, it means that this one is a problem. So this phase is used to clearly define the problem to be solved. All requirements related to the project are documented and approved by the customer or the company. For example, you are going to be developed for the one-person project, then he will give you some kind of project details and he will tell you what he wants. If you are going to organize or computerize a company, then all of the company will satisfy you and give you the required files and documented as well. The project is designed and developed according to these requirements. Watch over here. The person which you are going to be computerize his project, he will assign you few files or project detail. He will give you the detail of his problem. So according to his problem, you will follow the steps. It is very important to identify all requirements. Now it's your responsibility. You ask or you identify all the requirements in order to computerize whole the system, in order to develop the project successfully. If something is missing in your side or in customer side, then obviously the project will be failure. Example, a student examination system. Let's say we are going to be computerized examination system of students. As you know that when the result is announced, all the boys have the result card at their hands and the result sheet as well for the class teacher. So these are called the student examination system. A student examination system needs to be developed to cover all aspects from the conducting the examination and generating the result. If some kind of mistake you have done, let's say calculating the grade. Now grade formula is depend on the A is greater than let's say if the student marks is greater than 33, then its grade is E. If above than 40, then its grade is D, up to so on. So this one is criteria. If you did some kind of mistake, for example, you write above 80% marks and you write at the front of this, so it will be F. So it means that you have correct your problem. You have to be correct your problem. You are when you are collecting the requirements, they told you wrong information, or when you are collecting the information, you take it wrong. So both possible chances are there. So be careful when you are going to be computerize any system for single person or for a company. So this one is defining the problem. Next stage, what is the purpose of planning phase of system development life cycle planning? The planning phase of the system development life cycle is used to determine the objective of the project. So over here, watch over here, objective. What is the objective of the project? Why you are going to be develop the project? What was his objective? It considered the requirement for developing the project. Requirements you have collect in the previous phase. So it considered the requirements for the developing the project. It also used to prepare an estimated of different resources such as personnel and cost. So different resources, you will assume that when you have collected all the requirements in the previous phase, then you will decide how many person you will need to computerize this project and what will be the cost. Cost means how many salary will you give your employees. So all of this thing will be estimated over in this is planning stage. The information is analyzed to determine if any alternative solution is available. Let's say already you have developed, let's say once I give you the example of schooling system. Already you have developed if one school, let's say it is Jeddah school. Already you have developed Jeddah school computerized system. Now Taif school is asking to you that you also make the project for us. So you will have decide, can I change little bit change in the previous system of Jeddah school and implement the same system to the Taif school? So it means that this is the alternative solution is available. So this is known as alternative solution. So in this way, your cost will be reduced, your time schedule will be very, very reduced because already you have developed the project and now you are just little bit change of the names and few formulas you can apply over there. So you will get the another project. The information is assembled into a project plan if no alternative is available. So, okay, this is your first chance to develop a project. Then what happened? The project plan is finally presented to the management for approval. So both company will take the approval for their management. Let's say you are employee and you are working in a firm, in a software house. Now you must have to take the approval from the management. Example, the planning for a student examination system is used to set the goals. Goals mean what will be the objective of the why you are going to be develop the student examination system. It also prepares and estimated the resources such as personnel and cost. So personnel and cost will be also estimated over here. Next step. What is feasibility study? Discuss its different types. Feasibility study is the process of assessing the strength and the weakness of proposed system. Okay, there is word a proposed system. One is actual system or current system and another one is proposed system. Actual system or current based system is known as already a system is running in an organization and you are going to be replace this one. So already the system which is running is called current system, and the system which you are going to be developed is known as proposed system. Okay, it presents the directions of activities that will improve a project and achieve the desired results. Achieve the desired result. It is an analysis and evaluation of a proposed system. So you will evaluate the proposed system, means newly based system. It determines whether the project is technically, financially, legally, and operationally feasible within the estimated cost and time. So you will check all of this step. Cost means over here, cost and time means you will check, you have 2% and you also give the salary to them. So it is, and you have deal with the other organization which you are going to be computerized at this amount. So you will check it is benefit for you or not. Or some programmers are available in the within 3 months. After that, they said we will not work. Then you will check that can they work above the time limit or not. If not, you will pay extra. So you will check all of these things, cost and time. Now, types of feasibility. Feasibility study is very important step in SDLC. It can be divided into 5 steps. Number 1, technical feasibility. It is used to determine the level and type of technical needed for this technology needed for the system. With technology means, let's say you are going to be computerize a system and you need laptops, PC, Pentium 4, Core to do or Core i7, whatever you are need to develop. So this one is technical feasibility. Next, economic feasibility. It is used to determine whether the system can be developed within a budget or not. Watch over here. There is word budget or not, means within your resources, within your current resource. Let's say your budget is 10,000 and you are going to the computerize a 15,000. So it is out of control budget. So budget or not, this is called the economic feasibility. Next is operational feasibility. It is used to determine how well the proposed system will solve the problem. Means proposed system, watch over there, the system which you are going to be computerized can be solved the problems of a company or a person or not. So this is known as operational feasibility. Next is legal feasibility. It is used to determine the legal issues related to the system such as cyber law and copyrights, etc. Now over here, you are, let's say you are going to the computerize a system of examination system and you are using Windows in a company where you work, which is pirated software. So copyright issue can be appear, and cyber law, you are downloading some kind of software which are not for your company, they have licensed. So this is against the cyber law, or you are doing some kind of crime on the internet. This one is known as cyber crime, and cyber law rules are also there in order to protect the cyber crimes. Schedule feasibility. Next is schedule feasibility. It is used to determine whether the system can be developed within the given time period or not. Given time period or not. A company or a person told you that we need this project within 3 months. Within 3 months. So you will check this. Now you will check when they say that within 3 months. Now you will check your personnel, your teammates, they are available or not. So if it is not available, then you will not take, don't take this step, because otherwise penalty on you. If you not complete the project within time limit, then they can impose the penalty on you. Example, the student examination system will be assessed for all types of feasibilities. the reports will be presented to the management for final approval. So this one was known as feasibility study. Next phase, analysis phase. What is the purpose of analysis phase in system development life cycle, SDLC? The analysis phase of SDLC is used to determine the requirements of the system. What are the requirements of the system? What are company needed or what a person needed? So these are the requirement of a system. The current system is studied in detail to find how it works. Current system, watch here, I told you that one is proposed system and one is current system. Current system means actually a system is running. Actually, examination is running and they have the system to make the result sheets and result card on the Excel or Access. Now actual current system is running. Now you are going to the computerize the new system, which is proposed system. The current system is studied in detail. It means that already you will know how the system is currently running. So you must know how current system is running. So this one is known as current system is studied in detail to find how it works. So you must know how it is working and how to improve. And you will think, if I going to be computerize a new one, and how can I improve the efficiency in the proposed system? It is typically done by interacting with the system user. How can you will perform the analysis? So you will interact with the system user. Those user who already work in the system, they are known as system user. They provide an explanation of their needs. So if you are going to the computerize the examination system, so Sir Chandio is the better person who can explain you each and everything about the examination section and expectation from the new system. So he will also tell you we will expect that the new system will do like this thing. In this phase, the project manager must decide whether the project should go ahead with the available resources or not. Now, you have collected all the information. You have done the meetings with the others and collect all the information. Now, your management team will be decide that can we computerize this system, means this proposed system, this newly project or not within a resources. Resources mean you will check your company. You have the programmers. You have resources like hardware resources. You have different things which are needed to be computerize a system. The project team asks the following question during the analysis. When they are analysis means when they are asking the question or going to the company which they are going to be computerized, following question can be used. Can proposed system be developed with the available resources and budget? Number one, will the new system significantly improve the organization? Actually, one system is already running. If the proposed system is not improve the organization, then it is useless to develop or propose a new system. Will the new system significantly improve the organization? So it means that you are going to improve the performance of an organization. So this is a very, very important step over here. Does the existing system even needs to be replaced? Already one system is running. Existing system means current system is existing system is running. And if it is not useful to be, if after collecting all the requirement, you will check that you cannot update the system. It means that it will not increase the feasibility, or it is not benefit for the organization. So you will tell them that your already current system is running very fine. So no need to develop the new system. Does the existing system even needs to be replaced? If it is need to be replaced, let's say some files, some the result card have the problem and existing system have kind of problem, then you will go ahead, otherwise leave it. Next example, the student examination system is organized for the development. The team may visit the educational institute. Team means programmer, system analyst team, the organization which are going to be develop the computer. They have the team. They will visit the educational means they will visit the Sarchandio Educational Institute in the examination system because he is sitting. So he will ask different kind of questions, make the queries and collect the information from him. Educational Institute to study existing system to suggest improvements. Okay, I think today lecture is enough. Inshallah, tomorrow we will do the next phases, remaining phases. Keep the diagram in your mind. I will show you again. This is a very important diagram. This is the very, because the output of each phase is the input to the next phase. We have defined already, defining the problem, planning, feasibility, and we are reaching. And today we have finished the analysis phase. Inshallah, tomorrow we will study the next topic. Till take care of yourself. Pray for me. Pray for all Muslim. Allah Hafiz.